NURTW, and I think they let him go. They went home afterward. SEGO. So my caption for that is that he ate his words. All those bragging yesterday, he ate everything. That's him yesterday. Or they made him say that. Even everybody knows that he probably didn't mean a tiny word of what he's saying, right? TAFA SEGO.
Good afternoon, everyone. We call me Mustafa, and you are the popular leader at SEGO. So we are on DSS that is counting for weights. So we shall go level this time we run this after 7. So social release in your way. So propaganda when you go down talk about fight you say. You go on propaganda we are more such on your body or everything. So that's a fake rumor. In terms of party no some by or share national union, we go along with very share the IFA she was reaching to a bit on the carriage on the IFA. So all IFA is sharing national transport worker. To offer key sharing she look to national. We are going 1 minute to let the ship. To let the Dabaru, to let that one land. Our IFA and Mumbai, Mude, Payovai, those who about everything there. Our DSS. At our local, animal international union consider them. Our land, one of them was again. Lọ́fẹ́ máa dá nǹkan tí ò ṣẹlẹ̀ ńlẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n tọ́wọ́n DSS pè mí fún ìfáìtì mi fún látàárọ̀ kò ṣe nǹkan tí ó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ o just ordinary propaganda ni o so rúmọ̀ ni gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ṣẹ́ títí wá lèmi kọ́sẹ́sẹ́sì ọ̀rọ̀ṣẹ́ tiwa lè là ń sọ́n pa èdè by day so ẹgbẹ́ tó bá wù ẹ̀ lè belong sí ṣe understand so àwọn alamọ pátì tí ó wù wá láti ṣe so ìtàn sọ́n pa yẹn àtàárọ̀ báyìí tó yẹ kí wà lọ́fíìsì mi ọ̀dọ̀ DSS wà ń bẹ̀ wọ́n ṣe ìrírí sí wọn gbé yín sí látàárọ̀ ni so propaganda ni gbogbo tó ń sọ ọ̀rọ̀ paṣẹ wa àwọn ráìfà lórí iṣẹ́ títí wa tó jẹ́ national union road transport worker ní Lagos State chapter so òun lè ní sọ pa ẹ̀ kébi tó ní kí n ṣe gíní ibi lọ́ní kí n jẹ́ nídàdé lórí àwọn èèyàn ní wá síbẹ̀ láti wá dàrú àwọn èèyàn ní wá síbẹ̀ láti fẹ́ dàrú àbí láti fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan tí ò dáa ní àṣìṣe ṣàwà mo ní láti jáde ìjẹ sọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo wọn mẹ́mbà mi sọ aráàlú náà lè mọ kọ́tà ṣe so ẹ ṣe lọ thank you very much God bless you God bless Federal Republic of Nigeria God bless Lagos State God bless national union thank you.
ní ẹni òfò ní ẹ ṣòfò láyé ẹ tún ṣe lálìkìyàmà ẹ̀yin rádaràda wọ̀nyí. ní ẹni òfò ní ẹ ṣòfò láyé ẹ tún ṣe lálìkìyàmà ẹ̀yin rádaràda wọ̀nyí. ní ẹni òfò.
So that's what they told him to say. You get that now? So you just tell them that it's just propaganda new. I was just talking to the members of our union. I did not talk to anybody. Anybody can go and vote for anybody they want to. It's just a member. Propaganda new. Papa Willie. We know you go still do what you go do. So there's no point. We are just keeping the record. Because a day of reckoning is coming. To refresh your minds, everyone, in case if you probably just like, I knew it. I knew that it's propaganda. He couldn't have said all of that thing they said he said. Rejig your memory.
Oníbàárù ẹ̀ ò tí ì pè o àwọn oníbàárù ẹ̀ ò tí ì pè o ẹ tí ìbá yé nígbà yìí máa suspend ẹ̀ o ẹ tí ìbá yé nígbà yìí máa suspend ẹ̀ o gbogbo iṣẹ́ pọ̀ tó yìí ó yẹ kí n ti sọ́ọ̀fù yìí lẹ́yìn ilé rẹ̀ kí n ti sọ́ọ̀fù gbogbo yìí àmọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ẹni bí ẹni ọ̀rọ̀ èèyàn bí èèyàn tọ́tọ́ láti bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ láti kàǹkọ́ lọ́rọ̀ wọ́n ti bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ sòdì ṣe fẹ́ fi lè ṣe lásán ọ̀nì fún yín. ẹgbẹ́ tiwa lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ APC another party is a counterfeit whether you like or not àìtó yín kàdà fọ́ ọ̀bù. nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ọ̀dọ́ nìyẹn èyí tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ọ̀dọ́ nìyẹn tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ọ̀dọ̀ yín tí owó yín tẹ̀ mọ̀ ìjọ tí ìkan tí ò tó yẹ tó bá kọ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ anybody ẹ ti lọ tẹ́ẹ̀ bá mọ̀ pé olórí tó bá gbọ̀n mú mi anybody ẹ ti lọ àti ìdánwò lọ́mọ bá kàbí kí ló ń pè owó ìsáìwá rẹ̀ ẹ lọ sọ fún owó ìsáìwá rẹ̀ àtẹ̀yìn tó ń tọ̀ tó ní iye tó bá fún ẹ lóò jẹ lọ́sẹ̀ẹ̀sẹ̀ kó wá sọ ọ̀hún bí bàbá ìyá ẹ̀ dá gbogbo ọmọ tó bá wà lábẹ́ yín tí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe àmọ́ bá rí i pé ó ń tasẹ̀ àgẹ̀rẹ̀ kò látòrí pákínà tó bá yẹ kó tasẹ̀ àgẹ̀rẹ̀ ìyọ́bí ẹni yọ jìgà kò lè ní ẹ́fídẹ́ǹsì ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ìyọ́ dànù kò sí bàbá lẹ́yìn tó lè dá padà. abágbàṣẹ wọn lọ́rùn ẹ̀ àdúgbò ẹ̀ ló fẹ́ ṣakọ àtúnṣe kí ni àlẹ́ ìyá ẹ̀ pa ẹ̀ lọ wà ẹ̀ sàkáfù pátá. Báyọ̀ fi Lagos ṣe ìjókì o Báyọ̀ fọ APC jó tí wọ́n bá wù ẹ́ àgbọ̀ tó ṣe kí ni ìwọ́n tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní 2023 akọ̀wé ìhìnrán ẹ̀ tẹ̀ bá wù pé 2027 ló wá ṣe kí ni ẹ̀tẹ̀ ọláyé rẹ̀ ṣọwọ́ náà ò yẹ. ọba fẹ́ràn iṣẹ́ mi báyìí á lè wá sí ẹni tó bá ṣe ẹni mistake ní 2027 tó wà lọ sọ́gbà tẹ́ APC ẹ̀fà ṣe kí ni lè bá dìbò fún un àbẹ́ tó bá sọ pé òun ò ní gbọ́ àwa náà ní ṣe kí ni àgbà. mo ìwà tó ipò gbogbo tó ṣe lórí olóṣèlú lọ́dọ̀ yìí yẹn tẹ́ẹ̀bà lọ stop rẹ̀ pátá ẹ̀ tún wọn kò sí Monday ẹtú gbogbo ọkùnrin gbogbo tó ń ṣe lórí olóṣèlú yẹn ní ọ̀gbẹ́ níbẹ̀ tẹ́ẹ̀bà lọ sọ̀pù àti sọ̀pù gbogbo bẹ̀ pátá gbogbo tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn gbogbo ẹ̀ wà lórí fóònù mi o ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ lásán gbogbo tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní lásùkì yẹn tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lájẹ́kúnlẹ̀ yẹn gbogbo ilẹ̀ mọ̀kàn yẹn estomach yẹn ìyẹn ní pé ọ̀tá ẹgbẹ́ tó ń fún ilé jẹ ní ọ̀tá ẹgbẹ́ tó ń fún ilé jẹ òun gbogbo yìí. ọ̀dọ́ yìí nìkan ló ti ṣẹlẹ̀ o mo fún ọmọ fojú ara o ọ̀dọ́ yìí ló ti ṣẹlẹ̀ o gbogbo àwọn ará bíbá yìí yẹn lọ́dọ̀ yìí o ìwà fi gbẹ́ni sọ̀rọ̀ tán ẹ invite gbogbo pátá gbogbo ìfẹ́ lójú àti ọ̀dọ́ ọlọ́kadà tó lúwẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ bá dẹ̀ wà kí á fún wọ́n tètè máa ti sọ ọ̀dọ́ yìí ló gbẹ́ni ṣẹlẹ̀ o ọ̀dọ́ yìí ló ti ṣẹlẹ̀ àdúgbò yìí o ẹni bọ̀bọ̀ ta ẹgbẹ́ ni ìwọ tó bá dẹ̀ ti jọ́ ta ẹgbẹ́ tó bá ti jọ́ ta síwájú káńtà ló bá ní kó dà fún ẹ ọlọ́sọ̀rọ̀ tó yẹ. torí ọ̀tá síwájú ọ̀tá àwa ni ọ̀tá APC ọ̀tá àwa ni onímọ̀.
ọ̀tá síwájú ọ̀tá àwa ni ọ̀tá APC. You know, when politicians goes on their campaigns, and then you have, they will pay these bike men, tricyclists, all of them to be ahead of their convoy. Yeah, that is why they call that meeting. That why would they allow that? Why would any member of road transport workers in Lagos State, why would any member ever even join any other political party or politician that is opposed to Tifnumbu to do any campaign in the area? That will no longer be tolerated. So nobody is stupid. DSS did not invite him because he is threatening his own members. But they staged this whole invitation and then do a video and just see. No, they talk like that again, okay? Everything inside us. Do you get that now? Everything is inside. But do you know something? They don't really have any electoral value. What they want to use them for, the thugs, is to just stop a lot of you from coming out that you want to be part of their election, like you want to vote. So if they can send enough intimidation, like you have heard that they've scattered your polling unit, would you go out again? Just stay away. And they only need to do that, and the media amplify it to some extent and say, you know, they are fighting here, or they are threatening people there, they are shooting people there. And a lot of people just be like, oh, me, I know they go anywhere. And that's all they need. If they are unable to get that done before 12 noon, it's over. They have no real mileage. If you pay attention to what happened in India 2023, by the way, you get what I mean. Except if you are just news headline readers, right? There's a part of this confrontation, right? I kind of forgot to add. It is the women who later came out after this thing. Let me add it, and we'll continue from there. Edo women against what Folashade Tifnubu just did in Edo, Maiyegun General.
Ada ikweki. Mayawe ni makmongwa. Then waya mubiakima. Sa waworio yami on keke. Edo majena. Edo orimano. Ijima. Oya ezerewe. Oja yasini woma. Mayana we ni majoja yasini wima. Mani edo mayaga isiegbe. Egon edo asi owe latian. Mama ri ono iga jere yo. So mana we ni mari kugbe. Kobona. Obono ke no yere tai. Ibi edo mayakin. Etie maki. Maya kwene gwendo gama. So Maya, we will still talk, we will still speak in one voice. A voice of Maya Yakua. Imaya Yaku Benny Makwaba Toleto. My guama because a division are raw. Tsunami cannot way. So we don't want that division in our midst. We will be one and we will join together to be one and help the Oba to Doletoji.
So these are the women who believe that the Oba has been usurped, and maybe the Oba won't really take action, but no, he has to do something because this division among the women that is being exploited by Tifnubu's daughter. Tifnubu does the same. If Tifnubu can't buy your group, then he will create factions and then buy the other faction and then recognize the other faction. Why the legit faction, the real body, right, will be struggling for recognition. Nobody will relate with you. Tifnubu does that very well. If you can't buy your group, then it breaks it into two, buy half of it. And makes it more like, it's like a virus. When a virus enters its host, right? And it will just be like this little space. So before you know it, it don't enter the entire bloodstream everywhere. That's what Tifnubu's clan seems to be like. But let us continue. Talking about those who have been discussing the possibility of saving Nigeria in the name of a coalition, and others who are suggesting other ideas of how to get rid of Tifnubu in 2027. Ken Okonkwo is one of them. However, is like a pundit, political pundit, and a mouth for hire, which means he's invested enough of his own time on individuals or characters involved in the Nigeria politics. So lately, the rumor of Egbere Jolantan joining the 2027 race seems to be gaining momentum like it did in 2022, just prior to 2023. And then it's kind of like evaporated and disappeared after that. For those who are smart enough, they know that the idea of Egbere Jolantan running, which he won't, right? And then the Tifnubu scam pushing the reverse psychology, which is to say, it's better that it doesn't run. No, if he should run, it will be much like disgrace, this or that. Like, it would even be easier for Tifnubu. So the idea is that, let him run, or it won't run, kind of. So a lot of people are having their own opinions too. So Ken Okonkwo is also one of them. In his own view, Egbere Jolantan saved his own personality, so to say, from the rest of Nigeria politicians for what he did in 2015 by conceding to the same APC, Egbekegbe, that if he dare joins the race and divide the chance of getting rid of Tifnumbu, then wherever he's left, and you shouldn't forget that it was this same APC, Egbekegbe, who did all horrible things to him to ensure that he was completely chased out of power. So he shouldn't make himself available to be used by this same APC. She has said a lot, you know. Meanwhile, before I play that, so tell me, I'm not so used to, my sitting position is not even so easy now, right? I'm not so used to these two cameras anymore. So I fixed the camera, by the way. So number one, thank you to those of you who have been very generous enough to Maiyegun, right? So every little help. So I fixed that second camera, and I'm still just trying to get used to positioning, lighting, and the rest of that. So tell me, is it still all right? You still like that switch? I know, I thought I would ask, but we'll ask only when at least we have enough of us in, right? Kind of going on this their coalition of getting rid of Tifnumbu in 2027 and why Igbe Julantan shouldn't be tempted to join in. Because Ken wants a northerner as the presidential candidate, a northerner who has the money, who has the clout, who also can fight, and he's looking at that Tifku. Because according to him, that northerner should be somebody with presidency experience. And the only one with presidency experience is a Tifku. But Ken, talking about the gauge.
Jonathan has his own opinion to make, and he's entitled to it. My own advice is that he should not even near it. My own advice. He should not even contemplate it. The same forces that nearly destroyed his name, clueless, this and that, when they were not in power. The same forces are the ones now that are in power. They would take his name to the toilets. They will roll him on the ground. I have been in politics. And of course, he is very vulnerable because he has been a former president. And he went against certain conventions and certain norms. And you know what? Jonathan almost governed for 6 years. People like us that are saying that we want the tenure to change to become one tenure for the president for 6 years. Then how would I now begin to say that he should be given an opportunity to now maybe govern for going to how many years? Almost 10 years, assuming he has another 10. Because he governed for almost 6 years. So if I were in his position, now that I've acquired the status of international statesman, like the wife said, what is he going back to do? Are you trying to say there are no other Nigerians that can rescue Nigeria? Anybody telling you to come back is trying to use your goodwill now to make a political party to survive. I heard Jerry Ghana saying PDP will bring him. PDP is gasping for life. So they want to use somebody's goodwill to know whether they can escape 2027 because they know that they are dead already. So, but if a Jonathan comes in, they will still be, as in making noise there. They know he will not win. It's very settled. Why? Because he's from the south. So you cannot use a southerner, in my own opinion, to defeat a Tinubu now. It will be very difficult because if there is no northerner, for instance, that is contesting, Tinubu will just buy up the whole north, give them the all phony appointments, and they will not have any dog in the fight. And all of them will vote for him because they will say, oh, he will have only 4 years to stay. But if there is a northerner, whether he wins or not, there will be a contest because they will have an interest in it. That was what Tinubu did to Jonathan in 2015. Went and brought in a northerner and used him to cause a disruptive change to remove Jonathan. So I will advise Jonathan, if I were him, I will not run, because they would roll him in the mud. They would destroy him so much that he will regret he ever even contemplated it. He's enjoying his life so much now. You know, if Jonathan travels to any country, he's more respected than Tinubu. So what is he looking for in Tinubu's job? For me, Jonathan now has more international credibility than Tinubu. So what is he looking in Tinubu's job? He has been a former president with all the respect and all the accolades and all the paraphernalia of a former president. So if I were him, I wouldn't even think of it. There was a time I actually thought about Jonathan too. But after a while, after real close thinking, I'm like, no. It will be